Hello, what is going on, guys? So today we're going to be reviewing about a scenario where China and Taiwan go to war. Now, this is all for fun, but recently tensions has been increasing between Taiwan and China, and the United States seems like they're getting involved soon. So this is more like a United States versus China war, but still the same. So pretty much, we have our contenders today, China and Taiwan, and the reason Vietnam is in there because it's usually a U.S. ally, so it's probably going to join the war. So in an alternative scenario, China declares war on the United States of America. Now, if you have ever heard of NATO, there is Article 5 of NATO, which would have to be activated to fight for the United States, and it would also have to help, and they'd also probably help Taiwan. So we're going to see a scenario where Taiwan and China go to war, but it's involved with NATO. So for NATO, we have the following. We have the United States and Canada and the UK. Now, that's not the only countries, but them are some of the main ones. So pretty much they get declared war on. So Canada and UK and pretty much a lot of Europe will most likely have to join. So yeah. So as for Europe, we've got Spain, France, Netherlands, UK, and pretty much that's really all I think would really join right now, and also Denmark too, Norway as well. Has like winter forces probably counterattack in case some country like Russia ends up joining. So pretty much this right now will be our map, I guess. So we got to get Poland in here too, and we got to get the Baltic states, or all the Baltic countries, in here. So pretty much, no one really knows what's going on right now, because around here too, we are also having a big controversy with Ukraine, and specifically the Crimean Peninsula, which is exactly this red chunk right here of Ukraine, that peninsula. So really, we don't really know of actually what's going on between them. Now, right now, I would include full NATO countries, but we gotta wrap this up, kinda. It's already getting long, so let's move on. So pretty much the first that happens is that China, they make so first let's look at some naval dominance real quick. So pretty much here in Asia, here is what naval dominance looks like for Vietnam, which is right there, China, which is here, this red right there, and then this little thing here, Taiwan. Now, the reason Taiwan has got a little bit over the Chinese army is because the United States is still on the weapons and stuff, so that's making them a little more be able to reach out. So that's pretty much it, so let's see what happens next. Now they won't be using nuclear bombs in this war, by the way, because, I mean, that'd make it really short and not as entertaining, or not as satisfying. So pretty much then we're going to start see some allies joining in. Like the Philippines is probably going to be wanting to join in because they're like a decent ally, I guess, with Taiwan. And so pretty much what happens is first, China makes a small push into northern Vietnam, but really they're mainly focused over here at Taiwan. So pretty much they sell some ships out to here, and eventually they make a small landing in Taiwan. They take Taipei, and Taiwan falls. So the reason that the United States couldn't get there is because, I mean, they're like over 1,000 miles away, and the nearest they could fight would be right here, like somewhere around here in the Japanese islands for Tokyo, but China probably bombed that, so they'd have to fight all the way from Guam, which is like 1,000 miles away, so that'd be kind of pointless. So eventually they convince North Korea to join in the war, which causes South Korea to join the war. And this is another front for the blue team, which might be decent. And also, this means that Japan has to join the war now, too, to help out South Korea. So they ask Russia if they want to join, but Russia is doesn't, because they're too distracted with the Ukraine border crisis, but they may join later. So anyway, then we have Russia getting done with that, so they finally declare war. Okay, so pretty much Russia joins in, and Kazakhstan also comes in, as well as Belarus. They already started a small push into Lithuania, and then Mongolia joins. And now that's pretty bad for the blue team, which is NATO and the US and stuff like that. So pretty much that means all of NATO decides to finally get ready and join the war. I don't know, I shouldn't have Switzerland marked in here, sorry. So yeah, Switzerland's pretty much neutral, I guess, but anyway, moving on. Okay, so pretty much we would have something else happen here too. So we're going to include some people who's trying to get into NATO. That includes Bosnia and Herzegovina. It also includes Georgia. And also, Ukraine. So they already started to kind of make a small push, because some of them were at the Ukrainian border. And while that is bad, however, the good news is that Japan and South Korea can probably focus, or Russia can't fully go over to Central Asia. They're still getting ready, so they're still occupying over here in, like, Europe. But that don't mean that they're weak, though. So pretty much that causes Armenia to join here on the red side. And also, I forgot to mention, Turkey and Greece have to join too. Okay, I mean, they're part of NATO, obviously. So they join the war. And also Azerbaijan on the red side, or the blue side. So pretty much Turkey, Georgia, and Azerbaijan push into Armenia, liberate it easily. And then more stuff happens. So Serbia, it joins the red side. And it'll actually cause a chain reaction for someone. Or if you don't, I don't know if you recognize them, but I mean, I recognize them as a country, I guess. So that means that Kosovo will join on the blue side. So now this is our world map right here. You may think the red team is stronger, and they are kind of stronger, but not really. Anyway, let's go back to here to Asia, see how China's doing with Vietnam. So they keep pushing into Vietnam. But they did kind of stop, though, because they are slowed down for these jungles, like, around here. So they push in around, and they start to even make a little push into China. But that don't last for long, as some revolts, or not revolts, but they start coming, pushing in. And they convince Laos and Cambodia to join them, so that way they can move troops through them. And also, I think Burma, too. So this is pretty bad for Vietnam. Thailand will also join them. So yeah, or not Burma, Thailand. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. So anyway, then they all kind of push in. They make a little push like down here, and then they move all it up. They all move up and capture Vietnam. So this is looking pretty bad. So yeah, So then the UK, out of fear or whatever, so then they finally start to call in. UK starts calling some of its old colonies. So that includes Australia and New Zealand. So the war is escalated a little more. So good thing for the blue team. We're gonna wrap this up quickly. So pretty much that means now, so Russia decides to declare war on Finland. So that's a pretty stupid idea, because we all know what happened back in like 1940 something. Something called where they tried to take over Finland didn't go so well. It was like Afghanistan, but anyway. So anyway, we're going to move on to what happens now. So this is all going to be false from here on out. So they're going to be a little buff now. So basically, they get convinced a lot of the rest of Europe to join around them, and they all push into Serbia and knock it out. And then they convince like pretty much all of Europe to join. So pretty much then what happens next is they take Minsk, get captured, and then they all go down here, and they're pushing into Moscow, and they surround Moscow, and eventually the Battle of Moscow happens, resulting in a victory for NATO. So now they are steamrolling through. They start a small push into Kazakhstan, but kind of stop, say, because it's pointless, because they're not really playing a big role in the war. So anyway, they keep moving on up through here. So we're going to say that the Russian government did not surrender, but they have been captured, and Japan makes a little island game there. So then they keep moving on, and now they are threatening the borders of China, Mongolia, and Kazakhstan. So anyway, they keep moving up, and then they capture Astana, and Kazakhstan falls. So now it's just these left. So they make a landing with our naval support into Taiwan. Taiwan's recaptured, and now they come over here, and they all start pushing in on all sides, and they almost take over Beijing. Battle of Beijing happens, results in a NATO victory, knock out North Korea, and then they go over here, wipe out Tibet, go around Tibet, come around here, and now they wipe out Southeast Asia entirely. So pretty much that results in victory. So we're going to take at the peace terms. Okay, so taking a look here at the peace terms for where NATO wins, a lot happens. So first, Ukraine annexes a lot of Belarus, and the rest is taken by Lithuania, and Latvia expands, takes some of Belarus, which completely dissolves Belarus entirely. Then Estonia is allowed to take some land from Russia. Finland, they get their pre-winter lands from here, and plus they get the Kola Peninsula. So that's a good day for Finland, which is really good. So pretty much next what happens is that Azerbaijan gets this crap ton of land right here. Ukraine's allowed to expand quite a bit, as you can see by Belarus and stuff. Get a little land from Russia here. Georgia gets a little more land there. And they also completely annex, Georgia also completely annexes Armenia. So, anyway, then we move on over here to the worst part of the deal for them, for Asia in general. So Taiwan, they have to recognize Taiwanese independence. Vietnam gets some land, as we can see here. So they get a big head. So anyway, then what happens next is that they annex Laos and Cambodia. So this is pretty much like the colonizers, essentially. So pretty much they're back now. So it's a thicker Vietnam. And Taiwan is also given this land right here. And also, another thing I forgot to mention is Tibet is now an independent country. I don't really know how to draw Tibet, so I'll draw like that. And yeah, and also up here in Russia, this here is controlled by the United States as a puppet. Probably will become a state soon. And then this island right here that Russia owns, and all in the black right here, is now owned by Japan, because I think that's how it should be. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much happened, but yeah. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and bye.